Hey everyone. So I was actually going to make this video a few weeks ago, but a couple of things came up, and so it had to wait. But so this time around we got the Tsuneshisa 240 AUS 10 gyuto, which, if you've seen my other video where I reviewed another one of theirs, it's Damascus and the Riverstone finish, very high mirror, almost full mirror polish on it. Stainless steel, single piece construction. I forget what the wood is, but it's good. Works. Spine thickness is about 2.1 mils, and pretty much holds it till right about here on the tip. Then it tapers down. Laser, so right up my alley. Boxed edge was really good. Sharpening was, really fast, easy. One keystone pretty much easily raise a burr on one side. One pass. Progression here was the Chozera 1K, Falcon 4K, Fuji 8000, and leather strap finish. No frills. So really nice, sharp, but still a nice little bite to it. As far as price point and everything else, it's a really good. You get a good. You get good aesthetics. The boxed edge is good. Edge retention's pretty good. I mean, I'll use it. It took me a while to finally, like, okay, time to sharpen it up, and materials, it's stainless, so not much care. If you are very, very nitpicky, you will get scratches on it. I mean, just happens. So if you're one of, in that camp of, oh, you don't like, then mirroring isn't for you. But honestly, that's really not much of a point for me. I think I could be wrong, but I think with their sharpening, they do a high micro bevel when you buy it, which no big deal against that. It's done really nice. So pretty much, after one sharpening session, it'll be gone. Then you'll be on a, you can set it to whatever. As far as ingredients here, not a whole lot today, but still, it'll be enough for us to get a test of what this thing can do. It actually is fairly stiff. Like, there's not much flex in it. So, that's actually, really nice, because that's a lot of people's concern with laser ground knives and thin knives in general, is they can, tend to flex. But this is actually fairly rigid. So, if you're always kind of slightly hesitant about getting a very thinly ground knife, then this would be a very good option. So yeah, so we got the tomato to test the overall sharpness and not full edge retention, because we'd be here all day, but just until that little portion of the knife kind of plateaus off of that fresh, 100% sharpness kind of thing, if that makes some sense. So as usual for the first one, till as many as we can without using any other portion of the knife here. So let's see how we do. So pretty much ran out of tomato. And if some of you are wondering why sometimes some of my cuts are accordioned, I've been using this cutting board for many years, and it has little dips in it, so that's why, if anybody has ever done that. But as you can tell, and I can't quite remember where we were, but still we'll proceed here. So as you can tell, easily passes sharpness test. No big deal. It's sharp, keeps, and that was, very thin, so passes that with easy flying colors. Potato next. Sorry, don't have a big one. So this is actually more of a waxy. So in a way, it's starchy, waxy, but still should be pretty decent for showing us how the grind is. If it is, it might have a little, concave or convexing, or if it is just 100% flat ground. So, not bad release. So, again, looks like fairly good food release. And I will always, say that with, thinner ground knives and such, it personally, to me, it makes doing, fine cuts and such a lot better than a thicker ground blade, just because you're not trying to crack through a product, whereas this just glides through product. Not to really knock on super thick knives and all that, as I've used them before, and you can. It's just my preference. That's all. So, potato test, pretty good. And incidentally, the pebble finish helps a little bit with food release. So, at least that's what I've always been told. And so, I'm not doing any scientific tests here to prove that, but it has some merit because it creates little air pockets and voids in it. So, it's not 100% flat. So, again, not scientific. zucchini. I actually had cut myself pretty good on a zucchini a little over a month ago or so. So, you know, contrary to some belief, zucchinis, especially certain ones, you can feel are dense. This one feels, it's pretty dense. So do be careful if you use zucchini. And also, zucchini actually is also a good way to, or squash, for like how something might or might not stick to it, because these just what they're, I don't know what the liquid they secrete or whatever, makes it, especially zucchini squash, stick to, itself and to a lot of other things. So again, if you do any weird speed things with zucchinis and all that, just be careful. So you can, if like I say, most people who work with zucchini know what I'm talking about by that feeling. But, nice little zucchini chips. And again, didn't stick bad. Let's keep on the surface, please. Catch a falling zucchini while you're at it. And as I've always said, with thinner ground knives, you don't have to apply as much cutting force, pressure, whatever you want to call it, to actually go through something. You still have to apply some force, of course, but since it's a thinner ground edge, less resistance. Like I'm not even really using too much. It's pretty much just a motion, and the weight of this knife is, doing this, micro brunoise, as it were. So, as you can see, very good at detailed work. And as usual, finish it up. Onion. Yes, this one I had only used half it the other day, so we'll use the other half. Alright guys, so there you go. Review of the Tsuneshisa 240. Thanks.